Hi everyone, my name is Laura Kate. I am a singer and violinist. I am a music performer, entertainer and teacher. And today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Instead of performing a song, I am talking. And so I'm going to be sharing some information on my musical background, my musical influences, inspiration, and some experiences, so you can understand a little bit more about Laura Kate and who she is. So, as you can tell, my two big interests are singing and violin. And both of these interests started when I was a kid. Singing, it always came very naturally to me. I loved singing around the house, performing little shows for my family and singing in the car on long road trips. And I suppose many young children love to do this too, but it was at the age of 12 that I had the desire to start performing. And this was because I became inspired by the classic Hollywood movie musicals. And it was The Wizard of Oz, the 1939 classic starring the amazing Judy Garland, that captured my heart. And I had seen this film a number of times before. I think I first watched it when I was 4, but it was re-watching it at the age of 12 when it just hit a chord with me. I really loved it. I connected with it. Everything about it inspired me. The songs, the scoring, the orchestra, the sets, the costumes, the props, the cast. I loved watching the behind the scenes documentaries on the making of the film. Everything about it just inspired me. And of course it was particularly Judy Garland and her incredible voice that really inspired me, and I couldn't get enough of watching the film. There was a month where I was watching it every single day. And then I started collecting other Judy Garland films and other movie musicals in general as well, and just became really inspired by this era of movie making. And some of my favourite performers are Judy Garland, Mickey Rooney, Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, Gene Kelly, Doris Day, Frank Sinatra, the list could go on, you know. And I love these movie musicals. Yeah, it all started with The Wizard of Oz, but yeah, I love other movie musicals too. Singin' in the Rain, and The Bandwagon, Calamity Jane, so many. And many of these musicals actually had a putting on a show theme to them. Let's put on a show. And so this is what inspired me to start performing. So I started getting singing lessons when I was about 14 and started getting experience performing in school and at local events. So yeah, this was what really led to me, you know, performing with singing. And I had the opportunity in year 12, my final year of school, to play the role of Dorothy in our production of The Wizard of Oz. And of course this was so exciting for me, to play a role that I knew and loved so much, and to sort of step into just this whole world, this story of The Wizard of Oz. It was incredible, and it was a fantastic way to finish high school for me, a great memory. And I have something special here actually. The ruby slippers that I wore in my high school production of The Wizard of Oz. And we had a fantastic costume designer who I think did a really good job making these ruby slippers look authentic to the ones from the 1939 film. So these are very special to me, and I keep them in a display case in my office, so they have a very special place. And I have something else here too. As a teenager, I wrote to Doris Day, and I received a response, and she sent me a photo of herself as Calamity Jane with her autograph. So it's a signed Doris Day photo. It says, "For Laura, with love, Doris Day, aka Calam." So this is also very special. With violin, I started learning that halfway through primary school, and it was part of the school's music program, and I had to choose a stringed instrument, and I chose the violin. And it was a great thing for me growing up, great way to provide a bit of focus and discipline, and something, to really concentrate on and to aim to improve my skills on. And I went through a series of exams, and for grade 4, my grade 4 exam, I received a high distinction, an A+, and I think this was really the point where I realised, okay, I've got to continue this. I want to continue violin. So yeah, by that stage I had also started performing with singing as well. So this was in 2012. So I'd started performing with singing and was on the way learning violin as well. And in terms of musical inspiration for violin, it's definitely Andre Rieu and the Johann Strauss Orchestra. I love the way Andre Rieu puts so much feeling into his playing, and the way he performs classical pieces and songs from the operas and songs from the 20th century, but he performs them in a way that's really accessible to audiences of today. And yeah, I really I find him a really good inspiration and role model for me with violin and music in general. And he has this idea, I've heard him talk about this idea of performing songs that touch your heart, and he says if you perform songs that touch your heart, then it'll touch the hearts of the audience. So I try to do the exact same thing in my music performance business. I always choose songs that I love to perform. And it can be from a variety of genres, pop, jazz, country, rock and roll, but as long as I enjoy the songs, that's the main thing. And then I'll be able to put the enjoyment, the passion into them to connect with them, and hopefully then connect with the audience. So I really agree with Andre Rieu's idea there. And 1950s, 60s rock and roll is also a big interest, a big inspiration. I heard this music a lot growing up because my parents used to teach rock and roll dancing and perform rock and roll dancing. So naturally I love Elvis Presley, Connie Francis, Dion and the Belmonts, Bobby Rydell, and I had the opportunity to go to a concert in Bobby Rydell's last tour, Australian tour, and he did a meet and greet after the show, and I got his autograph. So, to Laura, love, Bobby Rydell. So that's also very special. And the musical influences of today are really those performers that do classic songs older songs, but perform them in an authentic way and a fresh way. They might have their own little sort of take, their own little creativity, but they're bringing the old songs back. So yeah, Andre Rieu's, he definitely does that. But Michael Bublé and Marusha, who performed with Andre Rieu in the past, the singing group Il Volo, Italian singing group. Any entertainer or singer today who performs the classic songs, but in a fresh way. I really love that. And so, yeah, after school I did a Bachelor of Music, and I have been performing and teaching music for a number of years now. So yeah, if you want to find out more on what I do, you can go to my website, laurakatemusic.com.au, or you can go to Facebook or Instagram under the handle Laura Kate Music Info. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll receive notifications for future videos. So keep an eye out, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.